Hello. Oh, wait a second. Oh, okay. Gonna talk about Captain Marvel now. Holy freaking shit! We're like one. This is the movie next to freaking Endgame, and to talk about it, it's just very difficult to be able to talk about it because. Oh, let me put you into a position where, it's like going to a space where. No, it's not going to a space. It's very hard to be able to like talk about this freaking thing. It seems somehow very difficult for me to be able to talk about it because I don't seem I have the expertise or the thoughts to be able to say whatever it is that needs to be said because it tackles upon gender equality and what it means, right? Uh, it tackles upon those freaking themes as to what the movie represents and what it is for like freaking viewers, as to people watching the damn freaking thing. And just to get it right off the freaking bat, let's just say when it comes to equality, you were given equal opportunities and not actually equal as a freaking result as to whatever it is that you're trying to do. Like you're both equal when it comes to the chances that you are given, right? Those in a freaking way. And somehow when it comes to your freaking efforts, if you both do the same freaking efforts, if you both do the same freaking thing, we get to be able to, if we do all the same things together, we have probably equal freaking benefits from it, right? Do all the same things properly. And that's what this actually means. But when it comes to freaking Captain Marvel, all I have to say is somehow it is failing. It's just weird to be able to do that because it's a movie that somehow wants to do whatever it is that everybody does, but in the act of doing what everybody does, it lacks freaking identity. As to what is one of these freaking scenes that is saying that I don't even know who I am. As I quote Captain Marvel, I don't even know who I am, and then somehow your identity is just given to you. Even in this freaking aspect, even in this freaking movie, her identity is just freaking given to her and not freaking known by her and not being done by her. It was like said, it was said from freaking her supposedly mentor. I don't know his name; it's forgettable to her. It is said by Jude Law. It is said by Monica Rambeau. Not it is just said and given by Monica Rambeau to her, but somehow it's just an act of like recovering your freaking identity because you've lost it. But in the matters of like regaining your freaking identity or regaining the memories that you have lost, it's somehow hard to be able to like see in this freaking movie what it is that she needs to go through to be able to get her memories. It's somehow just a matter of a chance or luck that she gets to get her freaking memories into it. Because somehow when it comes to those freaking things, you're gaining your freaking identity or what you are. And this freaking movie is uh supposedly just given to you by the rest of the freaking world, right? It's given to her, and she didn't struggle to find it. She did not struggle to find it. It was just given to her by the scrolls. It was given to her by Monica Rambeau. It was given to her by every single part of her identity is just given to her by other people around her, and not exactly. It doesn't seem like she was able to tell who she is from herself alone. So that's what I'm struggling when it comes to this freaking movie. But after, because it's trying to do all the freaking right things, but it's somehow struggling to be able to like sell it or like achieving what it needs to be able to do those. See, it lacks also in freaking identity, not just in the freaking story, but as a freaking character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Because she's trying to do all these freaking things when it comes to like opportunities. This she's trying. It's just a woman trying to become into all the other things that men freaking like, but not actually catering to what women No, not saying about women freaking like it's not like I know the freaking demographic. What is the freaking demographic in this freaking movie, anyways? We don't even know what kind of like demographic they're trying to reach in this freaking movie. Are you trying to reach out to the freaking male demographic that has been watching you all the freaking things, or you're starting to reach out to other freaking things? When it comes to female demographic, I don't know what they, I don't know what's supposed to be able to like reach those or like target those. When it comes to freaking male demographic, it's not just we're understanding these things now, right? It's just a matter of freaking political freaking thing when it comes to those freaking things. As a freaking male viewer, what do I want from a female freaking character that somehow be able to represent and empower also freaking women as they go into a freaking space that is male freaking dominated? Well, they must do as what the man has been doing in an equal freaking way, or probably freaking better as when it comes to the physicality or the freaking aspects, the powers that freaking Captain Marvel has, she has those freaking powers, right? Crazy ass freaking powers that she has that is crazy insane within the freaking Marvel universe, or reaching to the overpower levels. It is like that, but somehow it still doesn't resonate to me as a freaking man. As a freaking man or as a freaking boy. I might be a freaking boy. Watching this freaking thing. It's still not attractive as to why it is being told, right? As to how she is being told, because she does what everything does, everybody does, but she lacks identity or something unique to her, onto herself, or something that speaks feminine towards her. I guess it's like that, right? Which is kind of hard to be able to do. Is it hard to be able to do, or is it easy to be able to do? Because sometimes you just strip her away of all her femininity. That is just a bunch of freaking masculine freaking traits about the freaking put on a freaking woman. And sometimes it lacks this woman part that we love, that we want to see from a freaking woman. Sometimes in their ways of freaking approaching or like pleasing the other sexes, or like pleasing the one social norms, and trying to empower freaking women, and trying to be able to say that they are like this, they are like that they need to be freaking masculine to be able to like feel empowered, that they need to be able to do what men freaking do to be able to like feel that they belong in freaking society, to not be able to look as something that is freaking lower. Why not show us more of the freaking feminine traits, and let's be able to see them as freaking equals, right? I guess that is freaking equality when it comes to these freaking things. It's just very hard for me because it's hard for me to talk about it, because as I was thinking about this earlier, I just can't seem to come up with a conclusion as to why Captain Marvel seems freaking off to me. And all I can like think of is like it's trying to become all these freaking previous Marvel superheroes, all this freaking formula when it comes to the freaking Marvel freaking superhero franchises, and it's like doing it the same way when it comes to like Captain Marvel, and trying to like have this thing when it comes about it. So it is. It feels like that, right? To be able to see those freaking things about them, to be able to like understand it, and to be able to be okay with it, and be able to like see them as it is, as what they are and what they do, as opposed to lead to being doing these freaking things. And that's why it's saying. So it lacks freaking identity in itself too, because it doesn't seem like, yes, it looks like a freaking woman, it acts like a man, but it doesn't seem to be anything more than somebody who's trying to be something else, but it isn't. It's lacking. Yeah, it is lacking freaking identity as to what Captain Marvel is. And when it comes to a struggle, when it comes to her freaking identity and like getting it and like understanding who she is, it doesn't show it in this freaking movie. It's lacking. And that is all that I can like freaking say in like freaking 10 minutes. It's been this said and done. All I get to do now is freaking repeat it and yap about it. But yeah, yeah, it seems that it is like that when it comes to like freaking Captain Marvel. Anything else that I get to say about it is just when it comes to it, like what kind of femininity do we want to see? I mean, all of them, right? If we really like really choose equality and be able to see freaking equality and be able to like truly be equal, it's just what makes a freaking woman become a woman and be able to like say that it is alright, it is okay, and it's just beautiful in itself too. You don't have to be to do all these freaking extra things, right? For me, that is empowerment to be able to be as yourself and not just become someone else, right? Not trying to become someone else for somebody else's sake. But this movie was all about that, trying to put out that freaking message at the freaking end that it doesn't need anybody else's approval, but it seems like this movie is like seeking everybody else's approval. It's seeking the approval of freaking, I don't know, everybody else. And it fails at it because it doesn't seem to be in itself this freaking movie like this. Okay, when it comes to this freaking thing, right? Her identity, when it comes to like her identity just given to her by the rest of everybody else and not being somebody who is just made for by himself. Yes, you see this in the freaking flashbacks, but it's just like the flashback seems like a freaking cheat code at this freaking point to send that freaking messaging. But all throughout the movie, it's just something freaking else, right? And it's hard to be able to do that when it has this when you're trying to put this kind of like attitude towards her when it comes to her being as Veers. What is Veers and what is Carol freaking Danvers? The difference between Carol Danvers and Veers don't seem to be any freaking different. When it comes, doesn't seem freaking different when to what they who they are, and I don't even know who Veers is or who Carol Danvers is in this freaking movie. All I see is freaking Veers probably because that's the first thing that we see. It's just Veers being Veers. And that's probably a good freaking thing about it. And it's like a freaking counter argument to what I'm being saying in this freaking movie, right? In this freaking movie, when I got to say, uh, and it comes in a matter of freaking identity that you just have to be who you are and being who she is, even though after her memory being wiped, after having amnesia, it's just there's this part of aspects of her that is just becoming who she is. Supposedly that is what the movie is supposed to be able to tell you, but it isn't shown or isn't told. It doesn't seem convincing enough that this is Captain freaking Marvel or like Carol Danvers who she is. Freaking movie. It seems lacking for me to be able to say it, be able to like watch it. And it's a great freaking message. It's a great freaking idea to be able to like explore. But it don't seem that you need it doesn't seem that they needed to explore much because they're wanting to be able to like add all these freaking things to it. Like in the way she was interacting with the first freaking scrolls, right? There was no doubt as to what her mission is supposedly. And then the freaking first things and everything else is just later on when it comes to this interaction with Talos that is just yep. They're finally Talos is like convincing her that there everything is going on. That's how we get to see like somehow her being able to like revert from being Veers to being Carol Danvers. But we don't see those freaking things like mixed in the freaking previous to the freaking movie because we see a wild chase and chasing freaking action in it. And chasing freaking action in it. It is very hard to be able to like find these freaking things because you needed action for this kind of movie, right? It's an action freaking comedy movie. Action comedy adventure freaking movie where it seems like you go to this adventure of the person trying to regain who she is, but we get to see doubts as to what she is because she has this freaking recurring freaking dreams. When it comes to her recurring freaking dreams, you get to see Marvel trying to like sacrifice herself or trying to be able to like blow up the freaking engine. or the source of the power of her the light speed freaking thing, the MacGuffin of the freaking movie, whatever it is that they're chasing after, right? And seeing in this one, it's just isn't explored afterwards rather than just the first part of the movie because you're like put in the freaking front end to be able to like have this chase in this freaking thing, which is freaking good. But later on, as you have this freaking conversation, this confrontation with Talos, and this part where they are like having conversation, this is where it lacks, man. This is where the movie freaking uh like just it takes out the immersion for me to be able to believe this character is like completely changed as to who she is because there's nothing much change into what she character is, right? Because she still acts and talks the same way as being fierce to being Carol Danvers. It'd be greater if like the Carol Danvers has the freaking jokes part, the light-hearted part of the freaking movie, and that's where you put Carol Danvers to like bringing in jokes rather than just being fierce. Rather than having the same aspect of Veers being some sort of like a cold ass freaking soldier, that would have been like a much better interpretation as to what Veers says in the freaking first part of the freaking movie. To be able to have this cold ass freaking soldier and to have this human aspect, this warmth, this lightheartedness, to be able to see this later on the freaking Carol Danvers as Carol Danvers emerges from Veers. That would be like a one good freaking example to be able to see it, but to be able to contrast these freaking things because she has having an identity freaking problem of who she is. This is why it's like lacking in this freaking scene, this confrontation scene when she had the freaking flashback and her memories coming back. Like as her memories coming back, she has like this conflict when it comes to her freaking identity on who she is. Because what we know in this freaking movie, we don't know anything about the freaking Kree. We kind of like it was given. The hard part about it is that we were supposed to be given the illusion that the Kree are the good guys, and then later on it was like taken on afterwards and be able to like flip the freaking script and like tell that the freaking Kree are not the good guys at all. But you had to like give hints and bits and pieces in the freaking beginning or whatever it is how they freaking move to be able to show that the Kree are the good, that like some sort of like more moral gray area as to how the Kree operate to be able to understand that there's something freaking wrong, to be able to establish it later on in the freaking thing, because it doesn't seem warranted or earned as to what it is this freaking payoff as to this payoff later on that the Kree are the freaking bad guys. Yes, we know the Kree of the freaking bad guys if you like read the freaking comics and all those freaking things and you understand, okay, this is freaking how it goes. But for somebody coming in there, it's just different. And that's the part when it comes to like very hard when it comes to her identity freaking problem in this movie, and later on gets to pay off as to like the turning point when she having like the conversation in that, and that is just the weakest freaking part. But it like it's supposed to be able to be. It's just it doesn't seem forgivable for me, eh? It doesn't seem forgivable for me to be able to watch this and be able to like I can let that go as part of the freaking things and be able to like understand I can let that freaking go just for the sake of comedy, but it is the most freaking crucial part and crucial and serious freaking part of the freaking movie that it just wasn't executed very freaking well because of the freaking setups and payoffs. When it comes to setups, it does there is no like there is nothing, right? You have nothing, which is like crazy insane. You have nothing as to like argue. You have nothing like given at the freaking previous part to be able to like doubt if the freaking scrolls are doing the right thing or the wrong thing. There are no other conversations, other things from the freaking scrolls as to tell the freaking Danvers as to question her morality or to question whether she's doing the right thing or not. Because all she had was like this freaking spark and this freaking thing. But they like it would be crazier if like later on other parts of the freaking members, it's not just freaking Talos, saying things towards her or messaging things towards her as they go and move forward as to whatever it is that's going on. Because all it takes is just like somehow this freaking confrontation with freaking Talos, and like you're already there. Like somehow all that matters is that, and like a cheat, it's just all that, and your memory's coming back. Yes, there is like the good part about it is that you get to see things about her freaking past, right? Which is good. You have to see like setups when it comes to her freaking past, like all these freaking things with like just her past coming back to her and what she was before. And then this freaking flashback just explains everything that's supposed to be able to like tell you that they are wrong at the wrong side. But it doesn't seem like a proper freaking payoff for me. It's just weird because you need to freaking conceal it. I know the freaking intention was to freaking conceal it and to make it believable, as if to make it believable, right? To make it really believable that the Kree are the good guys in the freaking first half of the freaking movie, or the third of the freaking movie, that the Kree are the good guys and she's doing the right thing. And yet you are seeing things that are like changing when it comes to whatever it is that they're trying to do. They consider also freaking in the Kree are the good guys. They're just like working for the freaking good guys and all those freaking things. And we get to see Ronan the Accuser, and we're able to see the Kree might be good, the good guys in this freaking movie, right? And that is one of those freaking hard with all those freaking setups, and then it like reverting and like somehow being able to see them as a freaking. I think it's not just that, right? It's not just that the conversation and all those freaking things, that there wasn't like set up really much as to her freaking identity, because we get to understand that it was only freaking 6 years that she was gone. We only get to learn that freaking later on, and then it was crazy. It was different, and like we don't know these freaking things, and we don't know about the freaking blood freaking thing that was going through her. It would be crazy insane if that was the thing that was like their conversations, rather than like, yes, it's good. Like when it, anyways, it's actually good. It's actually good when it comes to like the setup. Like there are parts of it like just to really dish out a scroll from like a freaking person, that a real freaking person is just to like have this freaking darker. I had these memories that are farther back and much more be able, much more personalized, right? To be able to like know from a scroll from not a scroll, because scroll like only uses recent freaking memory. And so that is nice. uh, yes, it seems freaking lacking for me when it comes to Captain freaking Marvel, because it doesn't seem like she's unique enough to be able to do those things, and you can't see any uniqueness when it comes to whatever it is she's doing. When it comes to freaking Captain Marvel, it's just like I don't see it here. I don't know why it seems freaking lacking, but it feels lacking for me. But somehow, when it comes to like other people and how other people see it, it's like good enough. Because it is good enough, but it seems like this good enoughness of the Captain Marvel is gonna be seen. I think it all started with freaking Captain Marvel as to how Disney was trying to make things afterwards, after freaking Endgame, when it comes to like failings when it comes to other things, because it seems like you're doing everything freaking right? It seems like these are good freaking parts of the freaking movie, but it's somehow lacking and somehow breaks it at this freaking part of it. It seems like a good freaking Achilles heel in this freaking movie. This movie has like an Achilles freaking heel, which is the part where she was like having these difficulties when it comes to her freaking identity, when it's just saying, "I don't even know who I am," and on these freaking parts in it. But it doesn't seem like that freaking thing. The payoff when it comes to like Monica Rambeau saying all these freaking things towards her doesn't seem like it is freaking the right freaking move, because it doesn't seem to have to be able to like decide for herself who she actually is. There's no conflict when it comes to her freaking identity, that he just like completely accepts who she is as freaking Carol freaking Danvers. There's like no conflict as to whether to trust the freaking scrolls or not. You just trust the freaking scrolls just for the big freaking hunch that you have like a freaking past in this freaking planet that nobody else freaking told you. There is no doubt as to whatever it is that they're doing. Yes, that's probably gonna be enough to be able to like lay out freaking doubt, but it needs to be more to be able to like doubt the freaking Kree. It's supposed to be able to done much freaking earlier, but it's not done here because they really need to have like that freaking huge ass payoff when it comes to this freaking thing at the end. And I guess probably just lack of motivation or like character thingy or like execution when it comes to the freaking characters or the actors as to like saying what she is or what's going on. I don't know, man. It seems like it completely pulled me out of the freaking immersion as to the freaking movie in this freaking part. That I'm like, what in the fucking world? That's what happened in the freaking end. And the freaking end, when it comes to freaking Nick Fury was nice. To be able to do that to a freaking character again and just to be like make light of freaking Nick Fury just to maybe make you freaking question. Like when it comes to this, it was freaking good, right? Okay, I'm trying to like say the good freaking things about it now, but it just feels like that. It just like goes to everything is given to her. Her freaking identity is given to her. Her freaking flashbacks, it was just given to her by the freaking scrolls, just by like invading her freaking mind. And then she's supposed to be able to start to conflicting whatever she is and whatever it is that she does. Nah. But we don't see other freaking memories that were like being digged out from her. And it goes to say that maybe it is like maybe like my freaking theory about it is freaking wrong, right? Like when it comes to conversing, when it comes to this, as I look at it now, it's kind of hard to be able to like what my theory is when it comes to her freaking identity freaking problem. It's freaking hard because when it comes to freaking Carol Danvers, it's just a great freaking story to be able to tell you that it's just because who she is, no matter even if she takes all of your freaking memory of what Carol Danvers is, it's just Carol Danvers still is the same. Even if she's Veers or Carol Danvers, it's still freaking the same because you can't take that away from her because that is her. That is her identity, and that is a good freaking message. But it's just very good. It just doesn't seem to be able to like show. You don't show it here what she is. You just show it where what she is and like what she's doing when it comes to this freaking movie, and it's kind of nice. Uh, it's just a complete like some way to be able to like. That's why like it's very difficult for me to be able to talk about this because my theory doesn't seem solid enough to be able to like confirm or what it is that I'm trying to tell. Maybe it isn't like that, but it's kind of like that. Kind of like that, but it doesn't seem like strong enough things to be able to show you that Carol Danvers is the same, even if it's Veers or Carol Danvers. And it doesn't seem like a good thing about like regaining your freaking identity as to who you are in this freaking movie. And other things about it is that you should smile more. The thing in jab about freaking things about those, it's just okay. Things that you relate to, and you'll be able to say, "Oh, if I was a freaking strong ass woman, I'd punch a freaking man out of everything." Right? Probably. Then you're gonna have the same problems as freaking young men too. It's just freaking weird. Eh. Yes, it was like this freaking part where like you have to prove to me and it comes all those freaking things. It feels like a they're trying to do a low key freaking moment, right? When it comes to whatever it is that Jude Law was trying to do at the end. What is his name actually? Wait, let me look it up. Wait, let me look. Crap. Wait a second. Yon Rog. And then when it comes to the freaking jokes, it just doesn't freaking land. Like the only freaking funny part about it is just this confrontation with the Talos at the freaking house. That's when things are like starting to like really be good in all those freaking things. Yeah, so when it comes to this freaking movie, it does the thinking for you, or like it does all these freaking things for you. Like somehow does everything for you to be able to like go throughout this entire freaking plot. Like there are these freaking lines where they were like, "Oh, but if it weren't for, I wouldn't believe you." But somehow, when it comes to this freaking things that is going on, when it comes to Nick Fury's lines, when it comes to those freaking lines, and sometimes there are lines that are like that that somehow just completely. That's just complete exposition. I don't know. Wait, let me look it up. Let me look it up where it is. But it is a good, still good because it has a coherent plot. Because it, imagine if it even the plot is like freaking ruined now. Oh, this freaking thing! I wouldn't believe you, but there's blue blood running to your freaking thing, running to your face. Like, dude, that's it's already been shown, but you have to like somehow say it in the dialogue. It's like you're lacking freaking dialogue as to whatever it is they needed to be able to like say. And when it comes to freaking those, I guess it just you're really catering for everyone, right? You're really even catering for people who are like needed much more explanation to those freaking things. Mm, yeah, when it comes to freaking Kree, it's like that. And it happens when it comes to the way they talk. It's just crazy, insane because like it's uh it's unbelievable. It like takes you out of the believability of the freaking characters. Whatever it is that they're doing here is crazy, insane. And then when it comes to her freaking powers, unearned again. Everything that she has is like seems to be unearned. Then it comes to her freaking powers, like somehow gets the freaking limiter. And then the limiter freaking thing, everything that is given can be taken away. It seems like a crazy ass freaking thing, or like thing for the Kree to be able to like say to her, right? Just to control her freaking powers in the freaking beginning. It was like really good when it was like said again, like everything is like that's given can be taken away when it comes to this freaking limiter that they put on her. And then when it comes to this limiter, she was shocked about it that she has like something about that comes to it. It seems like a good freaking play, but it's just like, well, yes, if you like showed this freaking thing, that would have fixed this entire freaking thing about it, about whatever it is that uh whatever it is when it comes to like when it comes to the believability of the Kree. When it comes to like putting a limiter on her by the Kree, uh that seems like a freaking cool ass freaking move, or it doesn't seem, it seems like a cop out again. Does it look like a freaking cop out? I don't freaking know. It seems like it's just trying trying to like power limit, or like the like set the freaking power levels the same freaking way as freaking possible, to really have her like achieving what she really is, or like how strong she is at the freaking end, right? Because that's what she's supposed to freaking be, like something that fucking strong. And to have like her in this freaking movie, it doesn't seem that it is like that. It's just a very hard way. It seems like the way that it was done is like, seems like a good freaking way, but it feels freaking lacking, or it seems freaking cheap the way it was done. I don't know why is it, why does it feel like that when I was like watching Captain freaking Marvel? Because it doesn't seem freaking earned, whatever it is that they're trying to do, and there's just, it's just how they freaking wrote it. It's just a bunch of and then. It isn't because it isn't the way how things are like transpiring in this freaking movie. It's just, oh, and she goes to this, and then she goes to this, and then she goes to this, and then this happens to her, and then this happens to her, and then this happens to her, and then we got these little freaking things just to like be able to like fool you enough. Like the Marvel formula is like very very obvious. Like the formula is very obvious, and it was done in a freaking wrong way, man. The formula is there, but it's done like, it seems like for like the people who like been there and like been watching for like quite a while, be able to understand that yes, it is the formula that worked before, but it somehow needed to be changed when it comes to this freaking situation this time around, because it's been used so freaking many times that it's just doesn't seem good enough anymore. And it's kind of like that when it comes to it. It's not superhero fatigue. It's just, yeah, it's probably superhero fatigue or like oversaturation, but it's not. It's just and then, yeah, yeah. Right? And it's not like because this or because that. Like whatever it is, it feels like and then like whatever it is that they're trying to do here, they were like trying to add this freaking, and then they do this, and then they when they were doing this freaking, they were writing and then this happens and then this happens, to add freaking things of how and then this freaking happens. We have to like put this freaking as a reason to why this freaking happens. And it seems like the reason that they're doing the reason as to why things are happening isn't like seem reasonable enough as to why it is happening. um and it's like that when it comes to like, why does Talos need to be able to like do those freaking things? It's revealed like later on, right? The way things are being revealed and all those freaking stuff, it's just, yeah, it seems like they're doing all the right freaking things, but it seems why? Like for me, even like me, I'm like having a freaking hard time. Like they're doing the freaking right things, because it's like when it comes to Talos' motivations later on as to why he needed to be able to like talk to them. Oh, it was later on in the freaking movie. But there is no other things to be like set up or like crumbs to be able for us to be unknown as to whatever it is that's going on. Like they treat you like that, and then they say, okay, they treat you like that, right? They treat you like that to be able to like have this freaking good ass freaking payoffs in the freaking movie, as to like Talos' motivation, the good as that's supposedly the lines that was like needed to be like what is needed to be able to set up these freaking things that you needed to see the Kree versus like really really good guys, and to see the squalls as bad guys. Get to see those freaking things. It's like really really smart when uh you're treating the freaking viewers as if they were smart. Okay, you're treating the viewers as if they were smart, and then you add these freaking bits and pieces that somehow makes us feel freaking stupid. Like somehow treats us as if we don't understand, like that whatever it is that freaking happened, like completely explains the situation as to the next freaking motivations, because somehow they need to explain themselves too. Like they need to explain themselves too to make it very very clear. Like like you see the freaking lines and the freaking Nick Fury, when Nick Fury and Captain Marvel are like conversing to each other at the freaking bar. Those freaking things. Okay? And trying to like put on a fish out of the water freaking kind of story, but it doesn't seem like that. It's starting off with like kind of like a fish out of the water trying to explore freaking things, but somebody who's like completely an outsider trying to explore Earth, but it was like right there and very very cool with it, and doesn't seem to understand and know the norms of whatever it is that it needs to be done in the freaking movies, are somehow quickly be able to like integrate herself in the freaking world. Uh, like somehow be able to like quickly do that to herself. I guess that's how smart freaking Carol Danvers is, right? uh, yeah, and they keep trying to like go put these freaking things out, and then later on you get to like have these freaking jokes where they gotta put it up somewhere where they don't want it to be, and it was, where would that be? That freaking joke, and you'll be able to understand. Oh, we don't understand fully yet when it comes to freaking humans. And then you get to see her understanding a freaking map, and then like you don't get to see her learn the entire freaking world. She just comes into the freaking world and just understands and knows it already. Yeah, it's like a communicator device and all those freaking things. She knows all those freaking stuff. I guess we can see because it's just a matter of like understanding a civilization, right? And she was able to do that, and then this freaking joke when somehow now and now it comes to like technical hard freaking things, but somehow like the line was cut off because like she wasn't able to. She there was like the payment for like over long distance calls. Yeah, she needs to pay for long distance calls, but she was like able to like start up the communication in the first place. Those freaking things. Yeah, she was able to like yeah. The 9 inch nails T-shirt is nice. Like it seems like good freaking able to understand. It's like seems good enough, but it's like very difficult to understand why is it like lacking. Why is it freaking failing? Because as I watch this, it feels freaking lacking, and the freaking first part of the freaking movie is just all freaking exposition. Anyways, the way she was training with her freaking supposed with what he's so forgettable. Yonrog. Yeah, with Yonrog, it was a sort of training in this conversation with the supreme intelligence, all these freaking things. Doesn't seem like whatever it is that is needed. There are like good freaking parts about it that is just good in there, man. It seems like it's all set up and like done right freaking well, but it's just why did it lack? Alright, let's just go to Letterbox and let's see what like Edward. Oh, it just like breathe. For a film that's almost completely incoherent for most of its first act and seldom finds its footing after that. Yeah, this one. As mansplains as their young drug mansplains his promising female protege as his part to the opening scene. There's nothing more dangerous than a warrior than emotion. He barks at Veers. You have to let go of the part of yourself that make yourself vulnerable. He's part of us. Yes, like what the fuck is this? Like part of yourself that make yourself vulnerable. Like whatever it is that when it comes to her freaking emotions and who she is. Like these freaking lines. Like it doesn't seem to be landing like later on in the freaking movie. Like where is these freaking lines? That's where these lines freaking coming from. Like where is these lines coming from? And like somehow when you say these freaking lines, it must be intentional, not just there, right? It must be intentional to be able to like have a payoff later on when it comes to the freaking movie. But it doesn't seem like Veers or Captain Marvel is like somebody of like a lashing out like freaking person who's not in control of her freaking emotions. We don't see that much like when it comes to like freaking Brie Larson, whatever it is, her portrayal of freaking Brie Larson in this freaking movie. Oh, it was supposed to be a jab at freaking how men freaking see women. Ah, just so you can have like a political statement, you say all those freaking things. Like somehow you see this freaking emotion, these freaking things. You don't see this being emotionally freaking part and being in tune with freaking her emotions and being having this emotionality part is what is needed for her to be able to overcome whatever it is the obstacle there is. But it it doesn't seem to be able to like tell that. It doesn't seem clear that her emotions was freaking needed. It's just somehow being shown to us in a way. Like how? How is it that her part or her emotionality is supposed to be able to like become what she is? Because later on her power up in this freaking movie isn't there. It somehow doesn't freaking show. So at the freaking end of it, let's just try to like I don't know. I'm still having a difficulty when it comes to these freaking things because maybe it isn't like it isn't for me to be able to like. It's not up to me, or it's not somewhere coming from me to be able to say these freaking things about it, right? Because I have to see it objectively in my own freaking point of view and not exactly like say that this is what women is supposed to be about. It's like a jab that I didn't understand what it is supposed to be, right? I didn't understand that it was like mansplaining whatever it is that he's freaking doing, but it was that. So it was like a lot of freaking things about it. It was completely that freaking way to be able to like show this freaking thing. When it comes to freaking conflict, it's just gonna be uh when it comes to those freaking things, like somehow trying to empower what something, like somehow you need to empower something, you need to like cause a create a freaking enemy out of something else too. But it doesn't need to be like that, right? To empower woman doesn't need to make an enemy out of freaking man. You don't you don't need to. You don't freaking need to. You don't freaking need to because we don't want to become a freaking enemies just to like we want you to be feel empowered, right? Men want women to feel empowered, like mostly. But when it comes to like other things, right? I'm saying probably I'm just saying this just to uh be performative and all those freaking shit. Probably. Having a freaking mic. I'm on the freaking mic. I am being recorded. And I am someone saying this in front of somewhat an audience of one. And I have to be honest, but it's somehow that's the way I want to see it is, right? That's what, yeah. I don't know. Having a difficulty in this freaking movie, and this it's getting more and more difficult to be able to talk about them because this is one of those movies that's supposed to be able to say, "Hey, finally, we're having like a woman represented in this freaking universe of Marvel's cinematic universe." And it's a time where everybody needs to be represented in some way over another. And the way when it comes to this, like when it comes to Disney wanted to do this, they want to represent everybody else. And when it comes to their freaking hiring, like it's needed to be able to like when it comes to projects about certain kinds of things, they needed to cast certain kinds of freaking people towards this freaking project. But casting this freaking people towards this freaking project, you have to somehow consider what do you consider much more needed when it comes to these freaking things, as do as saying in the freaking beginning when it comes to freaking equality. Equality doesn't mean freaking equity. It doesn't mean you're given the fucking job just because you're freaking race, right? You have to be somehow qualified for it and be able to like competent enough to be able to like do the fucking job. So it doesn't mean that and you don't need to be celebrated just because just because you're representing freaking women and finally be able to like show that women in this freaking space, like showing empowerment freaking women in this freaking space doesn't mean you need to be celebrated as if you are already like getting the freaking thing. You need to freaking earn it. You have to freaking earn it. And you have to freaking earn everything still, but the chances are freaking equal. Yes, they'll be able to like probably to equalize the freaking chances, they'll be able to like cast more, like look more for people in this freaking space, right? Look more for these freaking races or these freaking people or for more women to like do these freaking things to be able to do these freaking movies. But it's just freaking hard to be able to do that in this freaking movie. I don't know. As a dude, I don't seem to be able to like say that I identify with the man that are in this freaking movie. I probably when it comes to freaking Nick Fury, yes. Uh, I kind of like to be that kind of like freaking dude, right? Yes, when it comes to it too. And somehow, yeah, that's just a conversation when it comes to freaking Captain freaking Marvel because that's what it's supposed to what's supposed to freaking do, right? Representation when it comes to like other freaking people because we haven't seen this in freaking Black Panther. It starts with freaking Black Panther, and then later on, when it comes to women, finally ending sexism and all those freaking things. But it's not. And when it comes to these freaking things, uh, yes, the jokes is just the jokes are there just for the sake of like trying to make fun of the freaking things that is going on, but it doesn't seem to freaking land most of the freaking jokes. Like someone when it comes to like freaking fighting on who she is, because like has this superhero identity to it or superhero DNA that's supposed to be able to like see in all superheroes that they need to be whipping and like freaking funny and has always has freaking jokes running around as they freaking fight. I don't know why you need it to be like that. And when it comes to those freaking things, she now needed to be like this freaking thing, right? She needed to be this freaking funny and all those freaking things, and it's just lacking. And it just doesn't show like who the fuck is Captain Marvel. It seems like uh, a Deus Ex Machina, and that's I don't know. That's just my thoughts when it comes to freaking Captain Marvel. And I'm having difficulty when it comes to this. uh, and so it was like that. And anything else to be done? I don't know. Okay. Okay. Anything else? It's just I don't have nothing else like to say now. uh, that's all about freaking Captain Marvel. Got to see more of these freaking problems when it comes to representation and all those freaking things. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it's because when it comes to these freaking things, there's also this freaking illusion that you somehow put this as your freaking reality. I don't know, man. So yeah, Captain freaking Marvel. It's like good, but it's just like there are things that is just hard. There are things that is just hard to be able to like do when it comes to it. Yeah, it's trying to please a lot of freaking things, and yeah, I guess it started with freaking Captain Marvel, where like like, there are like questions like why does everybody needs to be Spider Man somehow? I understand it now. Yeah, in this freaking movie, it's just freaking hard to be able to see that, and like somebody who's getting flashbacks. It's just okay. Anyways, that's just Captain Marvel, and like my thoughts on freaking Captain Marvel, yapping about Captain Marvel, and yeah, it's a short freaking app because we're gonna cut it freaking early, and there's nothing much to be able to say about it. I guess there's when it comes to other people, that's all I can say about it, man. And so yeah, that's about it. Bye bye now. Okay, that's about it. Bye bye now. Bye bye. Thank you so much for watching. This is fucking crazy. I'm gonna get cancelled for sure, for sure. Okay, bye bye.